The race to invent foundational AI has already been decisively won. The United States and China hold a near-total grip on the core models and supply chains that dictate how this technology is built and deployed. When two nations control the base layer of a transformative technology, every other world leader faces a severe economic vulnerability. The rest of the globe risks being locked into a permanent digital dependency, watching their domestic industries rely entirely on foreign infrastructure. This data visualization shows how deep that vulnerability runs. 45% of working hours in Switzerland are highly exposed to disruption by generative AI. If they fail to adapt, half of their economic output could grind to a standstill. But the lock on foundational models has sparked a secondary, highly lucrative race. Nations are now scrambling to figure out how to host, integrate, and apply these foreign AI engines within their own borders. To survive the AI economy, second-tier nations cannot afford to sit idle. They have to execute a specialized playbook to capture an indispensable niche within this global ecosystem. The most immediate hurdle in the AI industry is physical. You cannot run large generative models without massive, dedicated computing capacity. Building that kind of infrastructure traditionally involves years of negotiations through trade ministries, but standard bureaucratic channels move too slowly for the compressed timeline of the current AI rollout. That is why French President Emmanuel Macron took a highly unorthodox approach. Over the course of 2 months, he personally courted SoftBank's founder to bypass the usual channels, closing an $87 billion deal to build AI data centers in France. To secure a deal of that scale, Macron leveraged a specific geographic advantage. He used France's nuclear-heavy electricity grid to guarantee the immense power capacity those data centers demand. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi ran a parallel strategy. He held direct meetings with Amazon's CEO, securing a $21 billion commitment for cloud and AI infrastructure in Mumbai and Hyderabad. These leaders know they are not buying parity with American or Chinese software models. They are cutting through red tape to secure the baseline physical infrastructure required to keep their economies online. Building data centers solves the hardware problem, but raw computing power sits idle without the specialized human brain power required to harness it. This demand has turned cities like Hyderabad into the primary battleground for capturing the secondary layer of the AI market, offshore research and development. Multinational corporations are setting up global capability centers, or GCCs. Unlike traditional IT outsourcing firms that provide basic technical support to multiple clients, a GCC is a wholly owned offshore unit that functions as a direct extension of the parent company's innovation strategy. The migration of capital to these hubs is massive. Hyderabad now hosts over 450 GCCs for global tech and healthcare giants, including Microsoft and Sanofi. The teams in these centers are now responsible for high-value operations. They are designing strategic AI models, managing cloud architecture, and running advanced pharmaceutical research. By hoarding this specific layer of technological expertise, Hyderabad has successfully positioned itself as the indispensable offshore innovation engine for the world's largest companies. Bringing this level of AI capacity into a country isn't a neutral move. For an economy like Switzerland, where nearly half of all work hours are already exposed to these models, the technology creates a direct pressure to automate existing roles to stay competitive. Switzerland has developed a strategic countermeasure. They are pivoting their educational model toward a people-centric approach, ensuring the technology augments human labor rather than replacing it. In response, institutions like the ETH AI Center are aggressively pushing interdisciplinary research. By forcing computer science to overlap with other fields, they keep human researchers at the forefront of AI application and theory. Switzerland is also updating its famous commercial apprenticeship programs to survive the automation wave, redesigning how thousands of young professionals are trained each year. The mandated curriculum is shifting away from rote technical tasks that an AI can perform instantly. Instead, schools are focusing heavily on intrinsically human skills, critical thinking, creative problem-solving, and social agility. By upgrading its human capital, a nation ensures its citizens have the skills to direct these new tools, rather than being replaced by them. The reality of the impending global AI economy is coming into focus. It will not be a rigid monolith controlled entirely by two superpowers. Instead, a new division of global labor is emerging. The United States and China provide the foundational computational models, while nations like France and India lock down the physical hosting and offshore R&D capacity. The final layer of this ecosystem belongs to high-skill economies. These countries focus on building specialized applications on top of those foundational models, powered by a premium, adaptable workforce. This forward-looking trendline chart visualizes the financial upside of getting that integration right. By prioritizing a people-centric approach to AI adoption, the technology is projected to inject an additional 92 billion Swiss francs into Switzerland's GDP by 2030. Long-term survival in the AI revolution does not require a country to build the next OpenAI. It only requires aggressively securing a critical, irreplaceable piece of the new global supply chain.